8,000 people have been killed. So the 6,000 is an estimate by international human rights organizations who have even been, prohibited from entering the territory to conduct their research. However, Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International are of the opinion that this is the number that has been killed. But we, the people of Ambazonia, amongst our communities, we can tell you that more than 30,000 have been killed. Entire villages have been razed, leaving communities in ashes. More than 1.4 million people have been displaced, with hundreds of thousands forced into refugee camps in Nigeria, according to the United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA. Ladies and gentlemen, children have been spared from nightmares. Schools have been targeted in deliberate arson attacks, depriving an entire generation of their rights to education. And we know the importance of education in the life of every child. Hospitals have been burned, and medical workers have been harassed or killed, leaving the sick and wounded with nowhere to turn to. Hospitals have been militarized in Ambazonia. Healthcare workers have been harassed at point blank, harassing them and forcing them not to treat people who come in for medical attention. The Norwegian Refugee Council has named the Ambazonian crisis multiple times as the most neglected conflict in the world, and the war is remaining silent, doing nothing about all of these findings in Ambazonia. Ladies and gentlemen, the horrors do not stop there. Reports by BBC, Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch paint a chilling picture of arbitrary arrests, tortures, and forced disappearances happening within Ambazonia. Rape as a weapon in Ambazonia. Cameroon government uses sexual violence as a weapon of war. It has left women and girls traumatized for life. Children bearing children. They have used young men to rape their own mothers. The Committee Against Torture, that is a CAT committee that sat last in November, has documented systematic abuses, and yet Cameroon chairs the United Nations General Assembly and sits on the United Nations Human Rights Council. This is absurd and even unthinkable. To think that Cameroon positioned itself in very high positions where human rights itself was burdened is what we must question and ask the world where its values are. Despite overwhelming evidence, ladies and gentlemen, of these atrocities, the international community has failed to act decisively. The silence is deafening. Even at the flames of oppression, as they consume Ambazonia, European operations have profited from exploitative deals with Cameroon regime, embodying it to carry out its reign of terror in Ambazonia. Sorry, I got distracted by that call. But ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, we still have lovers of justice across the globe. All hope is not lost. The Pan-African Forum Limited UK, led by the fearless advocates, has stepped forward to demand justice. They have petitioned the European Union and the International Criminal Court, urging accountability for the Biya regime. Recently, they also filed a petition with the Commonwealth Secretariat, calling for Cameroon's suspension from the Commonwealth of Nations, a bold move that challenges the world to uphold its moral obligation. Again, ladies and gentlemen, today I am joined by Dr. David Matsanga, an esteemed Pan-Africanist, a defender of human rights, and the chairperson of the Pan-African Forum Limited, UK. Dr. Matsanga is well known for his activism and mediation in African conflicts. He played a critical role in negotiating peace during the Lord Resistance Army conflict in Uganda, advocated for justice in the Kenyan-Somalia maritime border dispute, and supported Pan-African solution to African problems. Dr. Matsanga's approach reflects his deep commitment to challenging imperialist dynamics, supporting African sovereignty, and amplifying the voices of oppressed communities. His leadership has been instrumental in shaping global awareness of the atrocities in Ambazonia, aligning with the Pan-African Forum's bold submission to the European Union, the ICC, the Commonwealth of Nations. We have here with us Dr. Matsanga. In the context of the Ambazonian crisis, these submissions also bring to light the illegal arrest and detention of Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, the leader advocating for the Ambazonian self-determination. By spotlighting Cameroon's systematic human rights violations, these actions are a significant step towards holding Biya regime accountable and ensuring justice for victims in Ambazonia. Dr. Matsanga, people, ladies and gentlemen, the people of Ambazonia have faced genocidal violence, yet their cries for help have been ignored. As a Pan-African lead, the Pan-African lead, the charge for justice, how can the international community, the African Union, and the global institution break their silence and act diversively to end the suffering in Ambazonia? So, before I begin in this questioning, Doctor, once again, you are welcome in the studio. I hope you're having a fantastic time, and I hope I did justice introducing that which you've done. And I know for a fact that you have been one person that stood for Ambazonia since the onset of this revolution, since 2016. So yes. Once again, sir, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much, my sister from Southern Cameroon. Thank you very much, listeners across the world, the continent of Africa, in America, in Europe, China, Russia, South Africa, Southern America. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
First, I just want to say thank you. You wrapped up exactly who I am. You left one thing out.
Okay.
I removed the sanctions against Zimbabwe.
All right.
I removed, stopped Tony Blair from invading and causing chaos against Mugabe. The only man in sub-Saharan Africa who went to the European Court of Justice, filed an application. Why? 27 judges should tell me why sanctions that were imposed on Zimbabwe in 2002 have never worked. When Catherine Bond, the British Baroness, a friend of mine, called me and said, let's sort this out of court. Because 27 judges were going to give me the verdict. I would have carried a lot of money. They suspended, they removed the sanctions on Zimbabwe ministers during Mugabe's time to fly into Europe, but not Mugabe and the wife. When they went back to Mugabe, Mugabe said, it's all right, I've traveled enough of the world. You have succeeded in filing these applications. Thank you, my brother. Let the ministers fly.
Perfect.
I have been involved in quite a number of things. I'm involved in the Biafran struggle against Muhammad Buhari. I hate him. I don't like to see him. And if he ever steps in London again, I've filed and put an application in the Old Bailey seeking a summons for Muhammad Buhari to come and tell the judge in the United Kingdom why he has been killing people.
Perfect.
So he goes to Saudi Arabia instead for medical treatment. I have also placed a caveat for the first time. Let me tell you, the people of Southern Cameroon, it is me who placed a caveat against Paul Biya never to step in the United Kingdom again. If he comes, he will be on handcuffs. He will get his medical treatment on handcuffs. And let Paul Biya listen and watch me. I'm not using guns. I am using the brain. Let's fight. Bring your lawyers. Let's finish it. I studied the same subject, maybe to the last iota on planet Earth, and I'm ready to defend. In being Sunday, I want to give what gives me strength, the Bible. I quote the Bible, the letter of Paul to Philemon. Paul wrote to Philemon, chapter 1, Philemon 1 to 15, or chapter verse 15. Go and look at it. He said, he was taken as a slave, but he's your brother in Christ. Accommodate him. Bring him back. Those who read the Bible, open it up. That is why one person, whether one or two taken away from you, despite all these differences, I'm now meaning Dr. Ayaba, you have to come in and step in and bring him back. Read that verse. As Southern Cameroonians, never lose one person in a struggle and keep quiet. That's why for me, I am as a man who has attested, who can dismantle courts, who can dismantle ICC. I dismantled the ICC in from 2010. I have been against 2005.
Okay.
I've been against ICC. So, in a summary, that's what I am.
Perfect. Thank you very much for bringing us that much clarity. And I am sure Ambazonians are so privileged and you know, humbled to have you to stand up for them, because not so many people are out there who are willing to stick their career, stick their reputation, stick everything for a people that is not even his own people or their own people. They've lost their humanity. So once again, I say thank you for joining me today in the studio to talk much on what has been happening in Ambazonia and why you have stepped in. So before we go in, sir, I would like to begin. How could you share with us what initially drew you to the Ambazonian crisis and led you to advocate for justice and accountability on such a global stage for the people of Ambazonia? Please talk to us freely. Yes.
Thank you very much. 8 years ago, I opened up a television station in Kenya, Nairobi, called Punchline Africa Television. I think you know about it.
I do.
While I was doing my programs under investigative journalism and trying to overthrow Yahya Jammeh, I don't like dictators. I'm the one who overthrew Yahya Jammeh, brought him down. I have no mercy. I took my satellite systems into Senegal and the River Gambia in a hotel. He didn't know where I was because he closed all the television stations. Something cropped up in Southern Cameroon where they said people are not allowed to send the money home. Mr. Paul Biya cut off Western Union, where they said teachers, English teachers should speak French, magistrates should speak French. My God, I came across such a report. I put my investigators. I have several people that who work for me. At that time, I had like 46 people working for me worldwide in my television station. I told 2 or 3 researchers to find out why is this guy stopping saying people should speak French before they are given services. That it drew me to something bigger. A demonstration started. People started saying, no, they cannot. They are not going to go to school. People close schools. Paul Biya forced the people to go and speak French. Surely. So I went deeper. I looked at Resolution 1608 of 1961, which had actually got a referendum. I found out that, oh my God, this is the good food I've been looking for. And I got it. And this is not a joke. I have never asked anybody for single coin. Nobody in Ambazonia had a radio station. Right. Nobody. Not even Saku. I hear Saku say, Saku was interviewed by me. I was the one interviewing Saku.
I know.
Yes. And it is on record. If he says, no, I'll bring all these records out. I don't want people to masquerade. I am not looking for money. I don't want masqueraders. People are dying in the forest. Akwanga, all these people, I want them to listen to me today.
Right.
I have warned them. I warned them before. As an elder, I'm not their age. I'm older. And I warned them that I've been in rebel activities before. Take this step, take this step, take this step, take that step. And I'm speaking frankly in front of your executive. Let them listen to me. I am not a man you buy with money. Okay. Neither do I tax people for my work I do. But when I look for you like Mr. Muhammad Buhari and Paul Biya. I fix agreement, documents. I catch you by documents. Let them try to fly into London again. Pinochet case will come. So don't worry about that. So I looked at all these things. I said, no, my God, these people, do they have a voice? I dedicated my television station. In the name of God, Angel Gabriel is watching, the nearest that we have ever heard about. I said that 2 hours every day we talk about the situation in Cameroon. First, the Kenya government wanted to stop me. But as things progressed, they understood the plight. One of their priests, a Kenyan priest, was killed. You remember? Yeah. A father from Kenya in a Catholic church. That is when the Kenyan government said, oh my God, this guy was right. I got momentum. I got in touch. There's a younger man, there are younger men in South Africa. And I want to take this opportunity to thank them. I said, pattern with me now. I will be releasing so many of these things on Paul Biya now. I am working on Gambia to install Adama Barrow and remove Yaya Jame. But I am not giving my people of Southern Cameroon. I want them free. I want to know why the UN, the Commonwealth, the AU, that funny guy called Dr. Muhammad Faki, why doesn't he bring the topic on the table in AU? What is the problem? Exactly. And I got it. I got the real answer. I saw exactly. I know a lot of things. Now we started. These guys in South Africa started doing my programs. I used to have, they could pick my program from Nairobi. It went on, it grew up. Mr. Sako came and asked for interview himself. Right. I didn't know. Me, as I sit here, I don't know your factions. I don't want to know your factions. Okay. Your factions are your factions. I'm not fighting for leadership. I am fighting for the women, the children, the people who have never eaten food since 8 years ago. They are on the run. They are being raped. They are being defiled. They are being maimed. They are being houses distracted. The children have not gone to school. That is what I'm fighting for. I'm not using a gun. I am going to use the tools of analysis that I went to Canterbury University, the London Guildhall University, the universities in London, not in America, not on the streets of New York where I bought degrees. No, I went inside the classroom. I want to argue with the British, with the Americans, with the Europeans. What is wrong? Why are you not indicting Mr. Paul Biya? Okay.
Wow.
When I learned about that, I said, oh my God, I must help these people.
Wow.
There is one man who brought me closer to you. He was my lawyer. And my lawyer is a Southern Cameroonian.
Okay.
In the whole world. And that lawyer is called Charles Taku.
Oh, great.
Charles Taku, when Ocampo, when I opposed the ICC wanted to lock me up for 5 years. Because I blew up ICC witness OTP number 4, a liar. I looked for him. I'm a very bad guy. When I look for you, when I come for you, you know that program of New York, there's nowhere to hide. I got that man. He has been lying. I got him. OTP number 4 of the Chief Prosecutor's Office, Moreno Ocampo. He said he has never seen Moreno Ocampo. Moreno Ocampo is lying. I got him. They took me to ICC, interrogated me. My lawyer is a Southern Cameroonian in the whole world. I'm a lawyer also, but I have a lawyer. If you touch me, that man will come for you. Anywhere. A very good lawyer from Southern, very intelligent man who has won cases. We have worked together. This man pushed me. I asked him, look, your people are being killed. You are not an activist. You're a lawyer, but I am a lawyer and an activist. I am I'm gonna keep on this line, and I'm gonna be there. I worked out. We talked until, and I want to be very sincere here. When you people started having factions, people quarreling over TV, over social media, some masquerading as spies, I withdrew.
Okay.
I withdrew. And I want to tell you people, I know you, some of you who masqueraded as spies, some who wanted even, I don't know, I don't want to say much between now and, but I will say much later on. Let me continue with what I'm doing. Another person who has brought me closer, let me clear this mess. On 24th of November this year, there is a bishop in United States of America called Ayuk, Moses Ayuk.
Okay.
This man has been praying for me every day. I said, why? From 2016, he has been praying for me also. Praying for me every day. Long of us says, pray. David, he calls, he was where he's being, he prayed for me. He said, don't leave us. It looks like God has said, you must work. You must help us. We don't have money. We don't have what. But it looks like God has told me in vision, help us. Give a credit to Bishop Moses Ayuk. And he knows who else. I don't want to say more than that.
Yes,
Ayuk, yes, Ayuk, Moses, and I looked at the situation currently. After a 2 years lapse of free, I gave up because of your divisions. People were this, people were that, another group that. In fact, all these things happening to Ayaba, it is your own internal problems there amongst you. You are the ones reporting.
That's correct, sir. And we will come
then,
to that.
As you come to that, let me tell you a point. 24th of November. I, not Saku, I know I worked with Karim Khan. Karim Khan was a lawyer of the suspects. I was the defender of the same suspects of Karim Khan was defending. We know each other. We have blood connections. We know each other for a long time, a period of 10 years. On 24th of November, I said, no, enough is enough. Mr. Paul Biya has crossed the line. I got my documents, and anybody trying to masquerade that he filed his in 2020, then why did it wait for 4 years? Let him bring it here. Let's see the reasoning, the way you frame I am an insider of that system. I know how they work. I framed my position of ICC very nicely.
Perfect.
That there is no room for Mr. Karim Khan. And I even told Mr. Karim Khan, you a British national, I will take you down to Belmarsh.
That's right.
If you don't go, in the name of God, I told him face to face, if you don't go this time, I will file a case in the oil belly that you are betting crimes and war crimes in Cameroon. The British will bring you down, you will be locked, and you will go and be with Taylor in Belmarsh.
Thank you very much, sir. And
so
I'm happy
that is why this current situation now, as far as the ICC, and I am not yet done, Mama. I am not yet done, Mr. Paul Biya.
Sir. Don't be done.
Yes,
we need you to
I am not yet done.
energized.
There is something in weeks to come. You are gonna celebrate. You are gonna celebrate. I am on this one this time. Before Mr. God takes me or takes Mr. Paul Biya, one of us has to account for what is going on. Why do you kill people and then masquerade as a leader?
That's right. And thank you very much for clearing the air on the issue of who submitted what at the level of the ICC. And actually, my interview today is not here to satisfy some naysayers about who did and who didn't do. What is most important for us today is
I wanted to clear that air. Let me tell you, my sister, I wanted to clear that air. In 2020, the chief prosecutor was not Karim Khan.
Exactly.
It was a woman called, another dangerous woman whom I will be arresting very soon in London. She has now, I told Adama Barrow when I visited him, I said, how did you give this woman an ambassadorial post to hide as a diplomat? Otherwise, I would have picked him high in London in Hampstead. She's very bad. Besuda, Fatu. They all visited. They visited Paul Biya, receive presents. They don't charge the man.
That is correct. That is 100%.
That is the clarity. And that if you file yours in 2020, ask Besuda. Mine was in 2024, actioned, and I have documents here, actioned with certificate. I am not bothered about and I'm not doing it for money. If you collected money from people that you are filing an application in ICC, oh my God, return it.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. It's very important that these things are made clear to the public. And like I said, my focus on today's interview is not to satisfy anybody's egoism or trying to take credit for what they didn't do. I am more concerned on the action that you have taken and what it would do for Ambazonia and how it can impact the Ambazonian revolution and bring, solution to our people. And so, once again, sir, the Pan-African Forum has made significant submissions to the European Union, the Commonwealth of Nations, and the ICC for accountability to hold Cameroon's actions in Ambazonia. How do you see these efforts influencing the international community's response to the crisis? Specifically, what impact would these submissions have on Cameroon's standing with these international organizations?
Thank you very much. Last week, on 10th, I submitted an application in the European Court of Justice of Human Rights, not European Court of Justice, and mark you, European Court of Human Rights.
Yeah.
ECH in Lux. Yeah. That is where I submitted my application. The application, 2 applications, they fall under Article 5, 6, 10, 13 of the European Court of Human Rights. Okay. These articles fall under the Geneva Convention, International Convention on Human Rights, arrest of people, detention without trial, activism, which is a law in Europe that you are allowed to advocate how it has been suppressed. At petition number 1, these are the following people who are in court. The applicant is myself, Pan-African Forum. I live in Croydon, Surrey, United Kingdom.
All right.
The respondents are the following.
Right.
1, Johannes Gahr Store, the Prime Minister of Norway.
Okay.
Christina Osteni, the Criminal Investigator, Director of Norway's National Investigation Services.
All right.
3, Espen Barth Eide, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Norway.
Norway, yeah.
4, Emily Eger Mera, the Minister of Justice and Public Security of Norway. 5, Annalena Baerbock, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Germany. Are you there now?
I'm listening, sir.
The subject of the application was seeking an injunction through the European Human Rights Court and the intervention of the European Court of Human Rights in the case of Norway's complicity in the illegal arrest of Southern Cameroon activists and the illegal detention of a German national, Dr. Ayaba Cho,
Right.
and Norway's failure to address and report gross human rights violation in Southern Cameroon due to complicity with the regime of Cameroon, contrary to all European human rights conventions and articles 5, 6, 10, 13 of European Court of Human Rights. It is tabled here, stamped, and there are guidelines. You can see for yourself here.
So, yeah.
You see my signatures? They are here.
Yes, I see.
You can see, you must, they send you the forms themselves. And any lawyer who is telling you any other lie is in his own problem, not me.
Perfect.
The forms, you fill accordingly. The forms are sent, which I have sent. These are copies. They are here. You fill the forms, which have got, answer all the questions, who you are, what you do, and file an application. Before it is admitted, you are given a locator number. I have now got my locator number.
Correct.
With my address, which I cannot fly around everybody and the Paul Biya comes to wait for me on my doorsteps.
That's
okay?
Correct.
There are people who are saying, oh, give us this, give you what? I have not asked for money for fees. No.
Exactly.
This costs this costs almost $500,000 to go to European court. What I've done, but I don't do for money. I do for that younger man. I call him younger man. I met them sometime, bounced into them somewhere in London.
You're right. With
a man called Akanga. And I think one of your members is here can verify that I told them.
We can all verify that. So we in the leadership.
So I have done that is application. That is application number 1. Don't any lawyer must have strategy.
That's true.
Wait for another shocker. Application number 2. This is a shocker for you. You see, you people, when you allow these countries, this white bazungu running around, threatening us, you can conquer them on law. Application number 2 is Dr. David Matsanga, the applicant of Pan-African Forum.
Yeah.
I live in Croydon, Surrey, London, United Kingdom. Respondent, the Kingdom of Norway.
Correct.
The Ministry of Justice of the Kingdom of Norway.
Norway.
Let me tell you why. Why? By European Union, and this is the application.
Correct.
Some people might think, oh, whoa. That, I don't like the whoa in Africa. Howling must be accompanied by substance. That's what I read. Howling must be accompanied by substance. Stop howling. Let's have substance. Let me tell you, this application takes Norway to the European Court of Justice. The whole country, ministry, the whole government must come to the court. And guess what? It is here, stamped. Everything is here. And I have accused Norway for the following. Norway's failure to raise a red flag. Are you hearing me? Norway's failure to raise a red flag on gross human rights violation committed by the government of Cameroon against the people of southern Cameroon due to 1, economic benefits, 2, concessions indirectly or directly from the Cameroonian government. Hello?
Yes.
Did you see that coming?
We didn't see that particular one coming, sir, to be honest.
You didn't. That's why I've got the doctorate. And other lawyers lie you, they have simple degrees. I've got a doctorate. This is the only thing that will take Norway to release Ayaba.
Thank you, sir.
Because they are also, yes, they are also culprits. You have not raised. Where has Norway gone in court? Accused. It is going for gas, oil, concessions. They are being given contracts. They are doing it over human rights abuses that are taking place in Cameroon, in southern Cameroon. Okay. Where have they? Where on earth? Show me. I'm bad man in the court. Show me the document where you have placed Norway on red list. Did you raise a flag? Yes or no? You didn't. So I have told Norway, my lordships, the 27 judges of the European Court of Justice, 27 countries. I want to ask them, some of them are communists. They don't want to hear your nonsense. They want to hear, did you raise a flag? Yes or no? Some people among of you, some people are saying, oh, who can go to court? Anybody. No lawyer. Your lawyers should not lie you. How do you waste your money going to a Supreme Court that has already detained your client?
Okay. So I'm really glad that you brought all of this up because there are a lot of questions.
Bring them here now. Let's swag it. Bring them here. We swag it. How do you go to the same man who has already taken your goats and say, I am going to go to the higher place to seek my goats? Go to another place which can say, hello, Norway, are you aware of this? By tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Norway will be looking for you. They want to know this. They want to come to Brussels to reply. Okay. Hello? Yeah, to reply. Sir. They have to reply.
I would like you to talk more on this. Thank you very much for that, for expatiating on this and also bringing more light and throwing more light on what awaits Norway and what you've done that we even didn't know you've done it, because we know about what you did with the European Human Rights Court, the Commonwealth of Nations as the ICC, but we didn't know you had petitioned Norway. Okay. I think your camera went off, but I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me okay, sir? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think his light has gone off or something. So let's just give him a few minutes to come back. But please keep putting in your comments, and please sending in your questions. If you have any questions for Dr. David Matsanga, please drop them in the comment section, and I will pick them up and I will ask him so he can bring us clarity. We just lost him there, but I'm sure he will come back, and you can see the fire in him. So by all means, we have to have him back, because we have so many questions to ask him, and we are happy for what he has done so far, and we are delighted to know that there is somebody fighting for Ambazonia, but there is somebody fighting for our leader. So he's back. Thank you very much, Doc. We thought we've lost you there, but
no.
Yes.
Imperialists are now panicking. Norway is panicking now, because they didn't know that this was coming.
They didn't know that it was coming, but unfortunately for them, you've said
they are concentrated. The other first application is seeking an injunction in the court. Okay. And I've laid reasons, 27 pages of reasons, attached annexes, why it is necessary for you to campaign for your freedom, if there is any. If you have no room, you can even call for any form of why. If someone says there is terrorism, why is Norway supporting Syria? Why? Who took over Syria? Let's go. Let's go. Who took over Syria? Isn't it the terrorists they wanted to arrest? Why do you hold a person who is simply saying you are not even raising a red flag, but you are keeping us quiet? There is no case. I went behind you, all of you. I went to Germany, and the German contacts of mine gave me all the background of Mr. Dr. Cho Ayaba. There is no crime he has ever committed in Germany. Germany is not looking for him.
That is correct. And
yes, and I have attached that to the court in a European court. This guy, if German, a citizen, saw these activities, why is Norway? Why Norway has come in is because they have been given gas cylinders, gas exploration, oil, money, diamonds. That's what the government in Yaoundé does. Exactly, and that's what the government in Yaoundé has done.
Are you aware that Cameroon government signed a contract with the Norwegian company called...
Please, I have put it there, very aware. I've even got the document. Paul Biya will be shocked. Even his intelligence is the one who sent it to me. They didn't know what I was trying to do. I said, can I have this contract? I got it. Yes, I am deadly in investigations. You can't manage me. I've got it, and I've attached it for the judges that if this is not the case, look at this. The benefits. Why Norway is pushing to arrest, to silence people,
to silence the voice of someone who is speaking for his people, who is standing for the injustice that is being done against his people. And,
let's go.
And yet Norway is lauded across the European Union and across the world as a defender of human rights.
Exactly.
Doctor. And today we see Norway has truly shown its true color to the world, because we have always looked at Norway as a beacon of hope when it comes to human rights defending. And also to think that Norway has gone through what Ambazonia has gone through itself, and the rose to arrest a human rights defender, a justice defender, a freedom fighter is something that is really questionable. And you must ask, what is behind and what is the rationale for Norway arresting Dr. Cho Ayaba? And I'm happy that you've brought out these deals that Cameroon has signed with Norway, so that the world must know that it is not about protecting the war against people inciting violence, but there is some level of political interest and economic interest attached to the action of Norway on what they have done. And since we are talking about this issue of Dr. Ayaba, sir, under the international law, particularly under the Universal Declaration on Human Rights and the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, arbitrary arrest and detention are prohibited. On what legal ground exactly can we say that Norway is detaining Dr. Ayaba?
I have made this application. Some people, I am coming to that. I had forgotten to clarify something.
Okay.
Some people ask questions. Why? How can you go to court? Under Article 34 of the European Convention of Human Rights, establishes the right of individual and governmental organizations like mine, groups, to submit applications to the European Court of Human Rights when they believe that their rights under ECHR, all its protocols have been violated. I have gone to court as a representative of the people of Africa, a people, an organization that deals with human rights, against human rights.
Right.
To file an application that there is someone who has oppressed someone somewhere.
Exactly.
And that is under Article 34, which is very clear, and you can read it. It's a long article. I published it, dumped there for them. They can't say it has not been violated. If you have arrested him, why don't you give him bail?